Today we're teaching you how to make a evergreen wreath. So the first thing that you're going to have is your grapevine wreath. In your kit, you're going to find 2 stems of lamb ears alongside with 6 stems of eucalyptus ears, 4 stems of pines, 4 stems of little eucalyptus, 3 picks of pine cones, and 8 picks of spiky pines. So with a wreath, you could choose to have your wreath fully exposed, or if you wanted to create your wreath design just on the bottom or on the side and the top. I'm going to show you primarily how to create the design with the exposure of the grapevine on top and then below. Oh, one other thing I forgot to mention was floral wire, which is also included, but to be honest, you really don't end up using it. It is an option there if you need the extra support, but we are actually going to be utilizing the grapevine, right? The wood picks and like the wood space to really secure our greenery. So what I like to start with is the greenery that we have the most inventory and what's going to take up a lot of space. And with that said, I like to use my eucalyptus. So very first thing, you're going to notice that the wire's bent, right? And every little leaf you could adjust, right? So you could open it up to make it a very like wide and like fluffy. So as you can see what I did so far, I pulled through the pick right through the wood. So it fills in right into the wood area right there. Then I pick my next pick. I like symmetry, so I like to do perhaps, let's say, like 3 on each side. For example, I start off on one side and then I go to the other side on my left side and start to kind of add in my picks from here. If any of your picks kind of stick out, you could tuck them in right into your grapevine. You could do a shake. You can see that your leaves will not come off. Right now I have my eucalyptus. I then go in and start to work with my lamb's ear. With my lamb's ear, I go in. I start to tuck in as well. Fluff the leaves on the side. Also, all these little leaves could come off. So if you wanted to kind of reduce the amount of leaves, you could actually take off some to keep it a little bit more minimalistic. Again, you could bend the leaves where it needs to be. Then I add it on the other side as well. My picks, I tuck them in to my wreath. Like so. From here, I like to start to move on to my pines. With my pines, I start to kind of tuck 2 on each side. And again, placement is very optional. You could continue to add your greenery all around if you wish to. Remember, this is your wreath and you could design it to however liking you like. I like to start to tuck in my pines along the center. So you have a total of 3. And the pines are bendable. So then I just tuck in. Right. Start tucking in along the middle. So all these spikes, what do we do with them? I like to kind of tuck them in and around. See how there's like that empty space of grapevine? I like to tuck them in. It also helps kind of disguise any picks that might be sticking in and around. So I'm just going along and kind of filling in there. If you wanted to fill up on the top, you can as well. These little guys, what do you do with them? I like to tuck them in. Kind of gives it a pop of color in between. I like to slide them into the grapevine in a vertical angle so that there's like 2 on each side. Like so. Any other excess pines you could continue to add around the center or on the sides. You could continue to build in and around your wreath. When you are complete with your wreath design and you choose to use this floral wire, sometimes you put in all the picks and you don't need it, but what you end up doing is you untwine this from it being curled up together. Right, here's my floral wire. Here's my first one, right? I go in, it's pretty incognito, so I'm gonna tuck it in to make sure that that is secure. Then with my floral wire, I go in and diagonally just kind of go around to make sure it's nice and secure. And continue to go around. This will help secure all your items, give it a shake. And this is how to create a winter wreath. Again, everyone is welcome to continue to fluff each little leaf. You could definitely continue to fill in your wreath. You could have a wreath that is perhaps sideways, either left. It could be where the greenery is on top. You could definitely choose a location of how you want your wreath to look like.